Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Lowdown. Today I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Nuno Cardoso, the CEO of Proplayer Group. Nuno, welcome to the show.
Hello, Connor. How are you? Thank you for having me.
All good here in Dubai. Nuno, for those unaware, what exactly is Proplayer Group?
Well, Pro Player is a global. We like to call ourselves global because we are all our market is international, but we are not global we are not in every continent. But we like to have this word in our definition because we believe that we are a global consulting company with an international and independent and aggregating vision. We specialize in sports, marketing, and somehow entertainment management. So we like to not only football. We address all sports and all facilities, and in general, we want to be in every single parts of sports. So we are absolutely thrilled by sports. That's the thing that we love the most, and this is what we are. We are a consulting company.
Fantastic. And I mean, that's the present. But if we're to bring you really back to the start, and as I ask every guest that comes on the show, Nuno, what is your earliest football memory?
Well, that takes me back to when I was 10, and at that time, I'm 50 years old, so we're talking about the World Cup in '82 in that wonderful match between Brazil and Italy. The Portugal wasn't present. Well, it had just one presence in the World Cup in '66, and then we were in the World Cup of '86 in Mexico. So we were in '82, and we were all Brazil fans. And so Brazil had this amazing national team with Socrates and Falcao, and so all the guys, Zico, and they lost. They lost against Italy. So I was so upset, and I got my first disappointment. So I thought that the world is gonna end, and so I started shouting, and I was only 10, and I wasn't that biggest fan of Brazil, but I felt so it hurt so badly. So I still remember that was my first disappointment in football.
And you had quite
Brazil, Italy, '82.
and that's some story to remark upon. But you had quite
Do
a
you remember
unique.
that?
Well,
Do you remember that match?
look. Personally, I don't remember it. I was born long after the event, but I've seen it replayed a few times.
Paulo Rossi destroyed Brazil. It scored 3 goals.
3-2, yeah, 3-2,
Yeah.
etched into the memory for some reason. But from a mutual colleague of ours, give him a shout out. Shout out to Jason Stevens. He told me to bring this up, but you had quite a unique upbringing in that you grew up in both Portugal and Angola. Can you take us through that?
Yeah. Well, Angola was a Portuguese colony until '74, when the colonizations take place. And I was living there because I was born in Angola in '72, so I was very, very young. And then we have to flee. We have to run away, and we ran to Portugal. So that was it wasn't a very good start, but it gave me those memories are not that good as well, because of the war. Was very long. It was very I don't know. It's a civil war is always very bad. So the process of running away from Angola was also very internationally. It was a very big problem, because there was so many people trying to run at the same time, and the operation behind it was unbelievable. I believe that still is until now one of the biggest flight refugee operations until today, and I was part of it. So it was my early start. So I was 3 years old and was running away to Lisbon. And then 30 years later, or when I was 33, I took a job in Angola. Angola was booming. So the war was over in 2002, I believe. And I was, Angola was, after so many years fighting, I was 36, I think, not 33. I took a job there because the economy was booming. They were growing immensely, and I had a shot. So I had a shot there, and so I had a previous international experience in Spain. I was in '99. I was operations director for the University Games of Palma de Mallorca in Spain, and so I always like to risk a little bit. So Angola seemed to me, a bit of an opportunity, and at the same time, so going back to my roots. So it was an unbelievable experience. Angola treated me so nicely for the 7-8 years that I've been there. So I look back, and I look back with good memories. So Angola brings back very good memories.
It must have been, all things considered, then an amazing moment in time when Portugal, in fact, drew Angola at the 2006 World Cup in Germany. If you don't mind unpacking some of your emotions that you felt right then, Nuno.
Yeah, imagine I have an Angolan passport as well, and I feel like a Portuguese. So I grew up in Portugal, and I feel like, but I like so much that country, and I have so many friends there, and I felt that they were so happy to be at the World Cup for the first time, and I don't know, probably it was written in the stars, because the first match they play in the World Cup is against Portugal. It's unbelievable. Imagine that there. I don't know. I think that's a mix of feelings, because at the same time, come on, we want to play with Brazil or Italy, and we get Portugal. So it's I don't know. It's a country that Angola and Portugal is like brothers, and so it was a unbelievable match, very hard, because I remember that we won 1-0. Figo scored the goal. It was very tough. They were playing for their lives. I think that's they played not only football, they played with their hearts and souls. So they put everything on the field. So it was an amazing start. And I remember they scored after that. They drew against Iran, and the goal scorer, Aqua, I think is Aqua, was a national hero. It was when they were back in Angola, it was like a party, and all around the goal they scored. So it was a very good to Angola, and it marked the growth of Angola and the freedom, and the war is over. So they were celebrating immensely. It was unbelievable. I think they deserve better, and they deserve a second chance.
Yeah, and it was quite a seminal moment in recent World Cup history.
Yeah.
Probably with enough World Cup references now to fill a show between Paolo Rossi's Italy and Portugal Angola in 2006. As you alluded to earlier on, Nuno, I mean, you've had quite a breadth of experiences really in your career today, ranging from event management to just general marketing and sales. But could have anything really prepared you for entering the football industry the way you've done?
Well, not really. So football is sports in general. It's my I believe that that and traveling is the things that I like the most to do. So football, it's the beautiful game. I think anybody that I've played basketball for 15 years in my life, but everybody loves football. So in Portugal and in the Western countries, that's something that you learn on the streets with your friends, and that's how I became to be a football fan. But nothing prepared me really for football. It was something that I've entered football because of my love for Sporting Clube Portugal. So I wanted to work, to experience, to work at the club of your choice. So that's what we always fantasize of working. What is to work at your club? And actually, to be honest, it's not that good, because you mixed so many feelings. I believe that our club should be an escape. So you love so much, and it's almost irrational, the love from someone to a club, and then when you see all the problems and all the work, it's not escape anymore. So you are so involved in that process. You need to follow rules, you need to accomplish some metrics, you need to sell, you need to be present. So it's not an escape anymore. So it was very good. It prepared me very much to what I'm doing now. But I think it's good. It was a good experience, and it's well wrapped up in my resume. It's good. So I've worked in sports also very much. Like I said, I was a operations director for the University Games, and University Games is one hell of organization. It's for FISU, the International Federation for University Sports. And it's like an Olympics. So with 12 sports in 99 in Mallorca, like 150 countries, it's a lot of responsibility. And so it's the sports that I love. It's not only football. So I've came across tennis, basketball, water polo, sailing, judo, track and field. So it's a world out there. So I think all my life prepared me to what am I doing now, but nothing really prepared me to enter football.
Yeah, and I think that's a good one too, because all those breadth of experiences and that depth of thinking really has led you to the present day and the work you are doing with Proplayer Group. Even just looking at the website earlier on before coming on, Nuno, I see that Proplayer Group has the aim of enhancing value through differentiation and strategic collaboration. Now, with that statement, I mean, what inefficiencies did you guys see in the football industry that you believed that you could capitalize on?
Well, there's a lot of inefficiencies, even in Proplayer. I think we are very humble, so we know exactly where we are. So we have a pure approach to management and to football and to sports in general. So we believe that from all the stakeholders from sports industry should change. So I give you an example. So football in Portugal is like a religion. So if you're talking about Benfica signed a new player, overcomes every single news in Portugal. You can be world champion in fencing, or world champion in canoeing, or rowing, whatever, judo. That some little news from Benfica Sporting Porto, some injury of a new coach or whatever, irrelevant news overcomes the importance of being a world champion in any sports. So this is something that for me, it's something that it should change, because sports in general is very important, and we are stuck in football. Not like England, that have golf, motorsports, football, cricket, and so many sports that you are good at, tennis, and you value all of them. We don't. We just value football. That's one inefficiency that I find and this is not only on the social communication or in newspapers or websites and TVs, and always also in the politics. So politics and everything. Some of the problems that we have even in football is because people are not prepared to be president of a club or president of the referees or something like that. So people need to take a step back and see the harm they're doing to sports. I believe that sports is a beautiful thing that unites countries and people and kids, and it's an example for everybody, and it's full of inefficiencies, you put it well. So as in Pro Player, we try to take the better approach. So we are doing our projects, and we have some projects that we like to believe that they are pure. And we are not going, even in Vianense, we are going to take over a club in the 4th division of Portugal. And even with our investor, we say to them, well, there's a sports director. You are the money guy. You are not the sports director. So you have to trust people. You have to let them work. You have to win on the field. So that's something that we need to we pass along, and something that we are going to leave a legacy. We hope. We hope. Some of other inefficiency. I believe that sports should have a ministry, a ministry in the end. We have not. I believe that people have to. I've came across now UCFB and a group of people that are studying sports management, and we have those degrees in Portugal as well, but we don't have the continuity. So we need to unite to make them close the universities to the clubs, so for them to have a path. So when you need some more opportunities in every part of sports industry. So it's not just take a degree on sports management. You need an opportunity in the club. You need to develop something after. So this is something that is not going to be done with a click of the fingers, but it is something that we need to address, and it's something we are promoting. So for that, we are developing with some partners in Malaysia and also in England, and we want to develop this to other countries to take our knowledge together with the Liga Portugal. We want to develop some other courses, and we have to internationalize the Portuguese league.
And
so that's what we do.
And you guys are obviously at the forefront of this change, Nuno, and I don't doubt for 1 second that you've encountered your fair share of resistance thus far. But what are the most common arguments against you guys in terms of what you're trying to do?
Well, again, so we have so many obstacles. One of our major obstacles, and that's why I admire the Premier League so much, is that you are united in a common objective. So you have when you started this concept of the Premier League, and when I say you, is the Premier League, not the first, not the second best league in the world. You had the La Liga first, and probably Serie A second. And now the Premier League is so ahead of everybody. It's the sun. It's always every player wants to play in the Premier League. It's something so bright that obfuscates everybody. The Premier League is the best organization in football. So unfortunately don't have that luck. Some of our stakeholders, again, some clubs and other stakeholders are not so united. So we have some problems. We don't we cannot sell our, even if we want some country that wants to buy our rights. Imagine if we want to sell our TV rights or the Liga Portugal rights to China or to Malaysia or to Australia. You can't. You have to negotiate with the Liga Portugal and Benfica, because Benfica has their own rights. So we are not even united in the TV rights approach. So that's this is just one of the tip of the iceberg of the problems. We have to invest in our league, and at the same time, you see the Portuguese football is so good. So we have one of the best coaches in the world. We have another legion of coaches coaching in Brazil, in the Premier League, in everywhere, in China, in the Middle East, in Africa, everywhere. So everybody wants the Portuguese players. We are very good players in football, in futsal, everything, even in sand. We are world champions, European champions. We are always on top. And then back home, we cannot organize ourselves to be and to sell Portugal better. So this is so our main obstacles, to answer directly to your question, is us. We are the Portuguese. Portuguese has to organize themselves better, and we have to understand that we have a very good product that the world wants to know more about us, and we are not prepared. We're simply not prepared.
Your group firmly believe you can be proponents of this change, Nuno. You've certainly bought your way into this conversation, being part of a group which has recently acquired Vianense. I hope I haven't butchered the pronunciation of that, but they're in the
Sport Clube Vianense.
Yeah, they're in the Sport Clube Vianense. They're in the fourth tier of Portuguese football. Could you tell everyone listening a little bit more there? And I believe there is some multi-club ownership involved as well.
Well, that's a old wish. So it's like I've met some people that I really enjoy and I really admire, and I invited them to be, well, they are not only my friends, but they are my colleagues. So I invited a team, very professional team, very experienced team, to be with me and to search for a project that where we can put all our skills or our attention, and to prove that you can do something better. A pure approach, like I said previously, and not so a very straight to the point and very controlled approach to the players, very well based in statistics and in metrics, because we are not very wealthy. So we have to buy well, we have to manage everything, we have to think about everything. We have to put some professional management on a very amateur team, and to see what happens. This is like an experience. So I searched for investment, and it was during the COVID pandemic. I was searching the world for. I came across some Swiss funds, some English funds, some Middle Eastern funds, and then I follow my heart, and I choose well. I believe I chose a Canadian investor that believed in us and has the same approach that we have, and we joined forces and we searched for a club together. We waited. We were all over the place looking for clubs for this project, and we found probably the best fit in Sport Clube Vianense. It's one of the oldest clubs in Portugal. It's a capital of a province, and we only have 18 provinces in Portugal. So it's a beautiful city in the north of Portugal that has a river, a beautiful mountain, a beautiful sea, very close to Spain, very close to Braga, to Porto. It's very well located and is lying in 4th division. Why? So you have the football in Portugal, like 60% of the first league teams are north of Porto. And this city, capital of a province, of a very important city in Portugal, is lying in the 4th division, like a sleepy giant. So we believe that we find gold. So we spoke with the president, and the president has the same view that we have, and when we entered these negotiations that were very easy. We spoke to the members. It's Portugal has a member culture of running clubs, so we approved this new company and this new approach, and here we are. So we are 20 days away of taking control of the professional, well, not professional, but the first league and the under-19 teams. And we are putting all our hearts and souls and money and investment in this club. And we hope that we succeed, because one thing is for sure, we are going to fight until the last second for ascending to the 3rd league. That's our first goal, is to ascend to the first league in the first year. So beware, we are fighting our way in, and I believe that we have the knowledge and the skills and the passion to do it. So follow Sport Clube Vianense. That I believe that we all are going to be surprised with this new season that starts in September. So we have 2 months to do everything. We're very busy summer, very busy summer.
And just judging by your experience, Nuno, you're obviously come from a very shrewd investing background, and you wouldn't have taken any decision to go all in, so to speak, lightly. You've done your due diligence, in the midst of really an unfavorable investment climate, some may have to say. So perhaps maybe in a good position to fill us in as to where exactly do you think the game of football is headed in the future?
That's a very difficult question. Well, I can tell you what I want, what I wish for. I wish that that football is more became more democratic, so for everybody. So I believe that women's football is growing immensely, and it should be respected and supported. So I believe the women's are now free to play football. That's very good. I believe that the grassroots football is beautiful. My kid plays, and it's amazing to see him grow. I believe that the professional football is well, it could be a problem, because the gap between the rich and the poor is growing. So we believe that we in Proplayer, and especially my team, we believe that some models are very outdated. So the Champions League and the way that some people, that there's some teams that have a lot of money will earn more, and other teams that could be could be a bit more fair are not that supported. So the gap will be bigger, and this is not good for football. That's my opinion. So another thing is that the smaller leagues are going to, and you have very good football. I remember when I was younger that Bulgaria, Romania, and these countries has a lot of good players, and they stand no chance in the Champions League because the path to the groups is very difficult and will become very much difficult to get in. So I don't know why money can't be the answer, and well, I don't know. I just don't like it. I think the European, it's a very romantic approach. I know, but well, you asked me what I feel, and I like I liked very much those European Championship, the European Cup, where only champions play the Champions League. So that's well, I know that everybody wants to see very good matches between great clubs, but that's not that's not the that's not pure. That's not pure. So having a Champions League winner that didn't win domestic, it's for me it's kind of weird. It's I'm a very big fan of the Champions League, and I don't know why, because I just like to watch football. I'm not a very good supporter of, and the new changes are going is going to be it's going to be even harder to the smaller teams, and you have a lot of good football in the smaller teams. So I don't know. It's kind of a mixed feelings to be honest, Connor.
And when we're having this conversation, it would be remiss of me not to bring up your great work that you guys are doing in marketing and fan engagement. And I know through our few initial discussions, this is something we've spoken about in length, and that would be the metaverse and future developments in that field. I know you're a bit more clued up on it as to me, but I mean, as I'm sure you're well aware of now, Nuno, and as I'm sure you'll equally appreciate, is that a lot of fans in football are very apprehensive of these tokens and these NFTs. Me, myself included, I'm being completely honest and transparent. What can you do to dispel their fears and concerns?
Well, I can give you my opinion on it. So I have a, well, so on 2021 was a very curious year. So we saw the rose of the cryptocurrencies, and the tokens were very well spread. Everybody was talking about NFTs as well, the metaverse. When Facebook changed the name to Meta, all started to be like everybody was talking about those subjects. And honestly, I don't know if even I don't know if that on October or September, I was talking about this as well. I was trying to get into this world because I saw here an opportunity, and I studied a little bit, and I tried to find a way to get in. So at that time I realized that nobody knew that much about anything. So we were selling, the clubs were selling something that they didn't know nothing about, the tokens, making promises that nobody wanted. So but the tokens of a club it's a mystery. I don't know anybody that bought tokens from a club. And if you go to those companies that are selling those tokens, they say they sell everything in 15 minutes. So it's kind of strange. And they say 10 millions here, 15 millions there. So why should I do that? So in 15 minutes, it's like I don't know. It's strange. It's just the fact that you open a bid and you sell everything in 15 minutes. Why? Because you have to have the token, and the token goes down immediately. So it's very rare when you earn money selling the token. So you buy it for a price and immediately goes down. So I don't know. The tokens is, for me, it's a mystery. I don't know anything about it. I just have these feelings that it's not going to last so much. That's my opinion.
Surely
The
there should be some sort of.
NFTs,
Oh, sorry.
the NFTs, however, is it was because the token started in 17, 18, 16. The NFTs in 21. So when we came across the NFTs, the tokens were very well implemented already in a lot of clubs, including some of the very important clubs in the world. So this is something very that everybody was trying to sell. I don't know if they're in the best interest of the fans, but probably in the best interest of the clubs and the ones who sells the tokens. I don't know. It's something that I don't relate with so much is with the tokens. However, the NFTs came in 21, and it was a breakthrough. Everybody was talking about the NFTs. And what's an NFT if not a digital property? So digital property, it's something that reminds me the early stages of internet in 93. So everybody, what's the internet? So everybody wants access to something that we don't really understand. And now it's something that you can't live with. You can't live without. We can't live without internet. And 20 or 30 years ago, it was something that you were trying to understand. Now the NFTs is more or less the same. So we don't understand it, and suddenly it's something that you have to have because the NFTs, the art NFTs, is something different of the applications you can do with the NFT. NFT just something that you own digitally and you can sell. You can prove that's yours. Could be just a shirt, a video, a sound, whatever, or an access to something, or a proof that you've been there. That's all NFTs. So the NFTs, the collectibles NFTs that were such a buzz in 2021, I believe that was something very not very well understood. Okay, so I think that no club or a few clubs have or had their own strategy to address the NFTs, and suddenly they were being approached by someone like me. That we had a project as well of NFTs, throwing money to these clubs for exclusivities and whatever. So they were very happy and very stressed as well, because they didn't know. They wanted, a club needs money, like you know. So we were throwing numbers at the clubs, and they were finding that very hard to decide which proposal to choose, because the numbers were very high. And suddenly it all came down to nothing. So I believe that our project was very well affected by the war in Russia. But some of the other projects, I believe that they took a step back, and they are trying to understand what to do with the sports and NFTs. My understanding is that NFTs alone are not the solution. I believe that the one metaverse, the one ecosystem of businesses, digital businesses, with a token in between, not only the token for experiences like we are used to have in those clubs that for me it's very small value, but a coin where you can spend in merchandising or in tickets or in experiences in the club. So you having an alternative to the currency that your country uses with a coin of the club, I believe that's the solution. So if you can support an ecosystem of businesses like gaming, NFTs, where tickets, merchandising, betting with this digital coin, I believe that's the future, and or the future, the next future is that the digital future is much more than this. What I'm saying. So my suggestion or my advice to, if I can advise anybody, is to build their own strategy. So don't follow the others. Take a step back, think a bit, because this is going to be very important in the near future, and you need to have a strategy. So I think that's the normal thing that happens to the markets, to the new markets, to the new opportunities. Somehow the bubble bursts, and you have to take a step back to think about it, because this is a very good business. How should I address it, and what should I do with my club? Should I be what strategy? You have to have a strategy. You have to know more, to ask for advice. I believe that's a good approach.
It's been an absolutely fascinating and equally enlightening conversation, just speaking to yourself, hearing of all the kind of causes and concerns, and everything really surrounding running a sports marketing company the size of your own, and with everything you have on at the moment, so many plates spinning. You don't strike me as a CEO that kind of sits by the touchlines and just spends his time working on a blue sky thinking. I think you're one of those that likes to get your hands dirty, really, and yeah, the day-to-day operations. There's something unique about it.
Yeah, it's true. So my first real job, I was still in university, and I was working in Expo 98 for one of the most interesting jobs I ever participate. Is the Expo 98 was a world exposition held in Lisbon that changed Lisbon. I believe that changed Portugal as well, and our mind that we are an international company. We have value. We can succeed. We can organize an international world event. So I was part for a couple of years with this organization, and I worked in so many different areas in this organization, and my last one was operations. So operations in Expo 98 gave me the world, because we had so many countries, so many nationalities, so many everything, and we need to operate doors, transportation, information, and so many things. So yes, I love to have my hands dirty. That's why I was invited right away in '99 to the University Games in Mallorca when I was operations director. So yes, I love it. I love it I love to touch. I love to know everything and to be close to the decision. And but one thing is for sure, I trust very much my team, and I know my limitations. So you have to do your job for me to be able to do mine. So I'm not messing with you, and I don't mess with the coach or nothing. I'm just this kind of a boss. So I delegate. That's what I do.
I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to keeping up to date with the adventures of both Proplayer Group and Sport Clube Vianense over the ensuing months. But as we begin to close, Nuno, I mean, for anyone who's even bit slightly inspired by this fascinating conversation between us both, I mean, what advice would you have for them, for those people who wish to embark upon a similar career path?
Well, that's a very interesting question, and I answered so many times. I was in Qatar 15 days ago with Jason and with a group of people of UCFB, and we had the opportunity I had the opportunity to speak with nearly everyone, and I love these young Turks. These guys are so much better than we are, but than me. So they have everything. They have everything in their palm of their hand. They are so well driven, they have passion, they love to do things, they are informed, they are connected. So I believe my only advice is to follow their heart. They need to be pure again. They need to follow the what they want to do, not what the world is telling them to do. No, if you love your job, you don't work ever. It's beautiful. If you do what you love, it's Mondays are just another day. That's what I learned with time. So we need to stop and to, well, I know that young people is so opportunities are not forever, and they have to take the opportunities. Okay, to get them, to get experience, and to become better, and to become, well, to become admired and recommended. Okay, but somewhere down the line you have to stop, and you have to ask yourself if you're doing what you love. And if not, change. The world is it's a very beautiful place, and life is yeah, you have to live your life. You that's my advice. That's my advice for them. So it's, yeah, I know that's kind of a bullshit, but that's my advice. Follow your heart, follow your passion, and try to be better every day.
I think that's a perfect way to end the show. Nuno, it's been an absolute joy to have you on.
Thank you so much, Connor. Thank you, guys.